Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a fun one because I have quite a few bookish things to do this weekend, so I thought I would just make an ultimate book video while I take you guys along. I'm hoping to do a little bit of book shopping, maybe a book haul if we're successful. Definitely need to reorganize my shelves. They're honestly a catastrophe right now and it is stressing me out. And then I'm hosting book club at my house tomorrow, so I definitely want to do a little run through of how I'm prepping for book club and the book that we read this month. So I'm excited. I think it'll be a fun few days together. Today we're going to kick it off with something crazy. I'm actually going to be leaving my house today. I'm as shocked as you are considering I am the biggest homebody on this planet. But honestly, my TBR shelves are dwindling pretty fast, so I want to get just a few books before I do my next TBR video, just to make sure we're well stocked up. And typically I do a lot of my book shopping at Barnes, of course, but we also do have a Books-A-Million near us, and my friend was hyping it up, and she said, one, that it is always slow. There's hardly anyone in there, which is perfect because I'm going to be filming alone today, so that's just so intimidating to do when there's a bunch of people around you. And then after that, my other friend gave me a coffee shop recommendation. We're going to venture out into the world, hopefully buy some books, hopefully have a great coffee, and we'll see what else comes along. I feel like I don't really do this often, but I'm going to give you a little OOTD because I actually like my outfit today. I think she's kind of cute. I literally have done nothing revolutionary. It's jeans and a top, but this is kind of my go-to outfit. This top I've had for a while. It's from Amazon. It's a bodysuit. I really like the color. I feel like my favorite colors to wear are kind of this like dark burnt orange and green. This brown belt is from Abercrombie, as are the jeans. And then my shoes are just some Birkenstocks. So thank you for coming along to my OOTD, and let's go to Books-A-Million. I most certainly ran out of time to go to the coffee shop after book shopping, so we're just gonna do the haul here, and then maybe I'll go to the coffee shop tomorrow while I'm running some other errands. But I'm really so happy that I went to Books-A-Million. I am in love. It was so fun. They just had so many more books than the Barnes that I have near me. I don't know why, but the Barnes near me do not have much selection whenever it comes to romance. And there's a lot of like super popular authors that I can't find at my Barnes & Noble. So I feel like that was not the case at all with Books-A-Million. Overall, their selection was just way more and way bigger. They had so many extra fun little things. They had like a whole section for Powerless, which I wanted to get some things for it, but because I didn't have a really good reaction with Fearless, I didn't want to like unnecessarily buy things that I don't need. But yeah, they just had like so much merch and games and toys and bookmarks and accessories, a whole bunch of things that I don't feel like Barnes has as good of a selection on. So I truly had the best time while I was in there and completely lost track of time, which is why I didn't end up going to the coffee shop. But now that I'm back, I just wanted to do a quick little haul. I don't feel like I went too crazy, but I am really happy with some of the books that I did pick up. So to kick us off, one of the first books I grabbed was Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I picked this up because I recently read Ready or Not by the same author and I gave it a 4.5 stars. And from what I've heard from other people who have read both books, the writing style is very similar. While I still think this is romance, I do know that it has a very women's fiction tone to it because our FMC loses her best friend. So she's in the process of grieving. She's really lost herself since this has occurred. She can't really hold down a job right now, so she has a temporary babysitting gig. And while watching this little girl named Ainsley, her uncle Miles seems to always be around and he has gone through something very similarly. So I think these two first build up a friendship while he helps her through the grieving process, and then a romance builds from there. I've heard that this is very wholesome. It is quite emotional, obviously, since we're following a grieving character, but I did enjoy Ready or Not, so I was curious to give another book from her a go, and this cover is just simply gorgeous. An aggressive vibe shift going into this one. This is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I was actually just talking about this book with my friend at work. She's read a lot of books by Marissa Meyers and rates them really highly. And she was saying that this whole series for her was like a 5-star read. Why I was so interested in this is kind of like superhero vibes. I think this would be categorized as like a YA sci-fi fantasy. I have been trying to slowly integrate more sci-fi into my shelves. It gives me a very similar feeling to fantasy, which is why I think I like it, but it's just nice to kind of have a different experience with the book, see maybe some tropes that you don't always see. The back of the book says, "The Renegades are a syndicate of prodigies, humans with extraordinary abilities who emerged from the ruins of a crumbled society and established peace and order where chaos reigned. As champions of justice, they remain a symbol of hope and courage to everyone except the villains they once overthrew. Nova has a reason to hate the Renegades, and she's on a mission for vengeance. As she gets closer to her target, she meets Adrian, a renegade boy who believes in justice and in Nova. But Nova's allegiance is to a villain who has the power to end them both." I don't know. I just think it's going to be fun. I do believe this is also a completed series. It has been out for a while, but I think this could be like a really fun summer read because I'm saving a lot of my fantasies for the fall time, but I think a little secret identity superhero novel could be super fun to read in these upcoming months. This is a book I picked up even though I literally know nothing about it. It's called The Launch Date by Annabelle Slator. Honestly, I just really liked the cover. It pulled me in, and I didn't see any glaringly red flags on the back of the book. It says, "What if the secret to finding true love on a dating app was meeting them in real life first?" In this witty and fun rom-com debut, rival co-workers become reluctant daters after they're forced to work together on a brand new dating app in hopes of winning a promotion. Perfect for fans of Sally Thorne's The Hating Game. I have not read The Hating Game, but I have heard a lot of good things about that. It's like a book talk classic, and I'm pretty sure the main two tropes in that are a workplace romance and rivals to lovers. I do enjoy both of those tropes. I guess you could say with my recent Book Lovers reread, that book kind of has some similar tropes to it as well, and I'm pretty sure that the Goodreads reviews were pretty decent. I think this was around like a 3.7, 3.8 average, which is pretty good for a debut novel, and I thought it would be worth giving it a go even though I haven't heard anything about this. Next is a book that I'm pretty sure has terrible reviews, but I got it anyways. This is The Spy and I by Tiana Smith. I have had this saved for so long on my Goodreads want to read list. Even though this has terrible reviews, this sounds so similar to Allie Carter's The Blonde Identity, which I did read last year and really enjoyed. I grew up on Allie Carter spy novels, and even in movies, TV shows, I've always just loved a spy element. So I don't think this book is going to change my life or anything, but I think it's just going to be a really fun, quick read. It says, "Right place, wrong person. After a case of mistaken identity, one woman must work with her sister's sexy spy partner to save the world in this heart-pounding romantic comedy." If you've read The Blonde Identity, you will know that this plot sounds literally almost the exact same. I don't even care if I've read this before because that book was so fun and I read it in just a few hours. I think this could be like super fun to integrate in like a 24-hour readathon because I think it's going to be no plots, just vibes, and I'm excited for it. I ended up getting another book by Hannah-Bonam Young. I read both Out on a Limb and Out of the Woods by her and rated both very highly. I knew she had another series, but whenever I went to Barnes, they never had it in stock. So this is Next to You, and this is book one within another interconnected contemporary romance series. In this one, we have two friends battle feelings for each other as they work together to renovate a school bus into a home in this charming romance novel from Hannah-Bonam Young. I just know that I love her writing. She gives me a lot of the same vibes as like Annabelle Monaghan, Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez, where they'll give you a really wholesome and sweet romance with a lot of emotional depth. This was quite the unexpected purchase. I really would not have ever thought that I would pick up this book while I was in there. This is A Tempest of Tea, and I'm not exactly sure how to say this author's last name. But what drew me in is I have never seen this book with these sprayed edges. The graphic of the smoke coming up is just extended onto these sprayed edges. I have never seen this before, but it is stunning. This is another book that I've had on my Goodreads want to read list for quite a while, but have kind of like never done anything about it. But the fact that one, this is a paperback, and two, it's stunning, means that it had to come home with me. I'm pretty sure this is like a gritty, gothic vampire story. On the streets of White Roaring, Arthi Casimir is a criminal mastermind and a collector of secrets. Her prestigious tea room transforms into an illegal bloodhouse by night, but when her establishment is threatened, Arthi is forced to strike an unlikely deal with an alluring adversary to save it, and she can't do the job alone. Calling on some of the city's most skilled outcasts, Arthi hatches a plan to infiltrate the sinister, glittering vampire society known as the Ethereum. But not everyone in her ragtag crew is on her side. Arthi finds herself in the midst of a conspiracy that will threaten the world as she knows it. This sounds so fun. I love vampires. I think vampires are like one of my favorite paranormal creatures. This would be perfect to save until October, and I could do like a spooky week reading vlog. But honestly, I'm very intrigued for this that I don't even know if I'll be able to wait until October. So needless to say, I'm very excited for this one as well. Just really quick, I also did get this cute freaking bookmark. This is just like the epitome of girlhood and romance readers, so that's why I got it. Shockingly, I don't really have a lot of bookmarks, so I'm definitely prone to using just like the random objects around me, but this was too cute to pass up. And then because I am perpetually just like the most stressed out person you could ever imagine, I got this ultimate planner that goes from July 2025 all the way until December of 2026. So this is my little haul. Nothing too crazy, but it was just really fun walking around and seeing the different stock that they had. But with all of these new books, I need to integrate them into my shelves. And there's quite a few other things I want to do with my shelves as well. As you can see here, I just have some books hanging out at the top. This is actually my June TBR, which generally I like to keep my monthly TBR here. But I had so many books that I read in April and May that I'm going to need to rework a few things to make space for them. I also did hop onto the trend of getting these flameless candles. I just got these off of Amazon. This is a pack of 3, I think in various sizes. But one thing about my office is I don't have a lamp anywhere. And for my job, I work until 10 p.m. So I generally am just sitting here in the pitch black. So I thought having a few candles on the bookshelf would be a really nice way to add some light, add some ambiance, but not have to use like the dreaded overhead light. And then another quick thing is, I really want this bookshelf to be all romance, but I'm not sure if you guys can see, but my Throne of Glass books are all down here, and I have my ACOTAR books displayed. I think I'm just gonna combine these into one shelf so that this is all fantasy and this is all romance. So we're gonna have quite a bit to do whenever it comes to bookshelf reorganization. We'll rework it and then I'll show you the after. location unlocked. I genuinely don't feel like I've ever filmed from this specific part of my room, but hi. I just wanted to get out of my office for a single clip. So I was like, let's go to my safe place. Let's go to my bedroom. Also, we are having a mini mic moment because it is storming outside and my little mini robot vacuum is going off downstairs. So I feel like this is the only way I can guarantee some decent audio. I'll be honest, y'all, I don't know if the coffee shop thing is happening. It was a cute idea. It was a cute idea in theory, but honestly, we are having a terrible mental health week, and I don't know if I'm up for trying something new. I think right now is sticking to our safe places. So I think we're just going to stay home for a little bit while this passes because I still have quite a few hours before book club. I will need to go out and run a few errands before book club happens, but honestly, I work better under pressure. I think now is the time for chilling at home. And I was thinking, what's like a cozy bookish activity that we can do together? Book journaling. I've been terrible at keeping up to date with this book journal. I love the idea in theory. I really do. I just don't know in practicality if it's something that works for me. Last time I did book journaling, one of you guys gave me a really good recommendation for a book journal I should try in the future. I think it was like the Lisa Tong book journal. I checked it out and it looks amazing. So I think that is what I will buy in the future because I'm not like fully obsessed with the book journal I have. So thank you for whoever gave me that recommendation. If I decide to do this again, I think I'm gonna give that one a go. But basically, I just barely got up to date with books that I read around my wedding. I still have like all of May and June to catch up on. So there's definitely plenty for us to do together. And I think will just be like a nice, relaxing activity to help me get regulated, but also get up to date with a bookish to do. So let me grab all my necessities and we can go downstairs and get up to date. Managed to do as much of my reading journal as I could. It always amazes me how long this takes. I probably spent about an hour doing this, and then finally I just kind of left the bottom sections of a few reviews to do later where I have to list my thoughts and favorite quote. I felt like I could do that at any time. And because that took so long, I really need to get going and run those few errands. I need to make a drop off at Goodwill, and then I want to run to the store, get some snacks, get some wine. And I realized yesterday that I never gave you a final update on the bookshelves. I am so happy with how this turned out. You know, whenever you first redo your bookshelves and you kind of question if you like it or not, I kind of did feel a little bit that way last night, but then I put batteries in my new little flameless candles and I think it's so cute. Hopefully you can see this, but, oh, see? And then I have one over there too. So I have 3 in total. Honestly, if my bookshelves were bigger, I would definitely want to get more. And I like that they're all controlled by this little remote. And I can put it in candle mode to where they like flicker. I just feel like this is so cute. It makes it so much more homey. I think this is my favorite shelf. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. And I still have lots of room to expand my other romances. So super happy. And final update, I just wanted to give a shout out to this shirt. It says Summer Book Club. My mom got this for me. And I feel like what is a better day to wear this than when I'm hosting book club? I will leave this link down below. The only thing I will say about this shirt is the t-shirt style is quite long. So I just went in and cut like 3 inches off the bottom to where it's like just past my hip, and I feel like it still sits really cute tucked into the jeans, but isn't like showing off my belly at the same time. So love it. I'm gonna go run those errands and I will see you guys afterwards. I'm back. Thought it would be fun just to do a quick little Walmart haul. Okay, first thing I got is a little mini bunch of flowers. I have these flowers here on my island, but I want to do a secondary little vase on the table where we're going to be sitting, just because the more flowers the better. I did not get these for book club, but these are really freaking good. These pro snacks with apples, chocolate caramels, and pretzels. These are like a really yummy snack if you like sweet and salty flavors. And then because some of our girlies are on a little health journey, I got a fruit platter. Also just good to snack on before the pizza gets here. And then for drinks, I already have like a super fruity sweet rosé, but I know that that's not everyone's vibe. So I personally am a white wine drinker, preferably a really crisp, sweet Riesling. So this was on sale. This huge bottle was only like $9. This is the Schmidt-Sonne Riesling. I have this app on my phone called the Vino app. And if you scan the barcodes of certain wines, you can see reviews and then its overall rating. And this was rated pretty decently. So I thought I'd give it a go, even though I haven't tried that specific brand before. And then if someone's just not in the mood for wine, I got these spiked lemonades with vodka. I've never tried this brand before, but it's the Surfside lemonade pack. It has 4 different flavors: raspberry lemonade, just standard lemonade, strawberry lemonade, and black cherry. But it is now less than an hour until book club starts, so I'm gonna get these in the fridge, do a little bit of last minute cleaning, set the vibes, and then it's time to host.